So, Aqib, you've always been a Baker hater, and I think I've joined that club. I'm going to buy shirts that say we hate Baker. I'm just kidding. I got to give it to him. But
Thank you.
He beat my backup quarterback in the shell of a Niners, so we'll see. But I guess I'll give it to him a little bit. He did escape a sack, rushed for 15 yards on that third down. I mean, that's pretty clutch. And he hit Tez Johnson with a 45-yard touchdown. I mean, as much as I was hating him,
it might have been a better catch than a throw, but it was a dot.
I think I finally believe that Baker might be the clutchest quarterback. But, Skip, is Baker Mayfield running away with the MVP?
He is. And
okay.
The weird thing about yesterday was, as Baker said on the field right after the game, I was asleep in the first quarter. And he was, because he had 2 throws in the first quarter to Egbuka, who's the offensive rookie of the year so far.
Wide open, too.
Just wide open throws, and he just missed him. One time he had a rusher in his face, but it's not vintage Baker. It's just not what we've come to expect. Yeah. And I'm like, man, I'm tweeting, just snap out of it. Lock in, let's go. Because the game was shaping up to be Niners at Rams on Thursday night, because it had the feeling of that kind of game where they were going to ugly it up and trick it up and whatever. Mac Jones was going to suck it up and guts it up and make a throw here or there, and they were just going to somehow pull it off, even though, unfortunately, they lost Fred Warner. And it was just horrendous. I just can't even I can't even watch it. And he's such a warrior. He's just such a great player. But they don't quit for Kyle, man. They fight. Yeah. And they were fighting harder after they lost Fred Warner. So then it's announced mid-third quarter that Egbuka has pulled his hamstring. So there's no Mike Evans, there's no Chris Godwin, there's no Egbuka, and there's no Bucky Irving. And I'm saying this is big trouble for Baker and company. And immediately after the announcement on TV, it's 3rd and 14 at his 41, and Jim Nantz actually calls it in real time a sack.
Yeah.
He's going down. I don't remember exactly how I said it, but
I was like, he got sacked. He's sacked. He's not
sacked. And Lil Baker, who's sneaky athletic, big will, he ducks under 2 rushers who have him dead to rights, and he escapes.
That was clutch.
And you want to talk about clutch, but he's not through yet. And he pump fakes one guy off his feet, and then he dekes another guy. And now there are 2 49ers 3 yards short of the sticks, and he wheels himself. He goes airborne and splits them, and then goes left-handed. He's right-handed quarterback, obviously. Left-handed extension just past the sticks, and they said the stadium shook from the noise, because you want to talk about one play. It was the play of the year that I've seen. I know we're only 6 games in, but it was the play of the year that I've seen.
Yeah.
I'm out of my seat. I'm out of my mind. And they said that the whole Tampa Bay nation just shook. You could just feel the whole stadium. And then one play later, he's forced to throw to a 7th-round rookie out of Oregon who weighed 154 pounds at the combine. That was his combine weight, 154. That's about record small to me.
That's tiny.
And he breaks his route on the play because he's supposed to cut it off and cross. And Tez Johnson sees that I've got a split here. I'm just going to go and hope that Baker sees it too. And Baker gives a big exaggerated pump fake to the safety to hold him. And then it's a gunshot. Boom. And he caught the back end of the football with his fingertips. So it's probably a better catch than a throw, but it was a really good throw.
It was.
And it's a game breaker. Those 2 plays broke that game and broke San Francisco's will and back. So weirdly, I was more impressed with him pulling that off than I even was with the 4 last-minute come from back behind victories where he clutched up 4 times to win 4 games. That one, because I'm looking at the final stats, his leading receivers for the game were Cam Johnson, Sterling Shepard. Cam Johnson, by the way, was undrafted out of some place called Barton. No offense to Barton, but I don't know where it is. And Sterling Shepard's 32 years of age, playing on a $2 million deal. And Cade Otton is a former 4th-round pick, and then Tez Johnson, 7th-round rookie. So that's what he has to work with, and you pull that off against what was still a dangerous team albeit in your house, that's runaway MVP to me. I was impressed.
I was impressed too, Skip.
But
I was more than impressed, man. You ain't got nobody to throw the ball to.
Yeah.
You come out with another great third down, a dot immediately after that. And like you said, it electrified Tampa.
It just did.
Yeah.
The whole Tampa believe in him right now.
And you know how that, you know that community. You know.
Yeah, I know how I feel. When you get them, when them cannons, when he scored that touchdown, they boom, boom. They let them cannons off, man. It's real out there. So it was I guarantee it was an electric atmosphere. But you can't run away with the MVP in week 6. I don't care if you had 6 comebacks in 6 weeks. He got 5, right? 5 or 4, Skip. How many?
4. It's 4. Yeah.
4 comebacks in 6 weeks. You just can't run away with it through 6 weeks. You know what I'm saying? It's better.
Well, would you give him a significant lead through 6 weeks?
He the front runner for sure. Somebody got to be the front runner. And I will say Baker is by far the front runner.
All right. I'll take that from you.
If you running away with it mean like, it don't matter what happened from here. He probably going to win it. Like, hell nah. He could have 2 bad games, and this could happen. Like, Daniel Jones had a 3 touchdown come from behind win.
He did?
He got a 1-loss team. And his QBR is higher than Baker's.
Yep.
Like, QBR, right?
QBR?
Mm-hmm.
His QBR is higher than Baker's. Dak went off again. You know what I'm saying? The Cowboys could score 40 every game. And how Dak playing, if they go to the playoffs, he the MVP. He had a 250-yard, 3-touchdown game. His QBR is higher than Baker's.
Key, you got to go to the playoffs.
I'm just saying, if they storm out and win all the rest of their games and go to the playoffs, is Dak not the MVP?
Yeah.
Like, at week 6, it's a whole bunch of ifs that can happen.
No, I understand.
That's my point. Shit, Jonathan Taylor had 123 yards and another touchdown. If they have one loss at the end of the year, I might have to give it to Jonathan Taylor because he fucking balling. They had a comeback win, and he was a major. Their last drive was fucking all runs. Like, who has a comeback drive and it's all Jonathan Taylor? Like, he toted the ball every fucking play on the game-winning drive.
Okay.
So he had a game-winning drive as a running back. It's unheard of.
Was he your MVP now?
I mean, he ain't the front runner, but he a candidate in my opinion. He a candidate. Shit, Josh Allen played tonight. He don't do nothing but drop 30 points a game. Josh Allen is 1 4-touchdown game away, 2 rushing, 2 passing, from us crowning him the MVP again. You know what I'm saying? That's what he do. He might not lead you in touchdown passes, but he gonna have 22 touchdown runs and 22 touchdowns passing and have 40 on the year. That's what make him the MVP. So he 1 game away from us putting him up there with Baker. You know what I'm saying? Shit, and to be honest, we got to start putting Patty in the convo, do we not? He got no wide outs. Shit, he got 11 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 4 rushing touchdowns as a quarterback. And guess what, Skip? His QBR is higher than Baker's.
Yeah, because he's the dink and dunk king.
Well, I mean, the QBR don't count dink and dunks, do they?
Yeah, it does.
I just told you QBR ain't count dink and dunks.
It takes into account dink and dunks. It takes into account
It takes into account how much you have to your team's success.
You're right.
Right?
No, I'm not disagreeing
and
with you.
all 3 of those guys I just named, how much they do according to their team's success is higher than Baker's. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think you can run away with it to about week 13, week 14.
Okay.
Through 6 games.
That's fair.
Bro, you 2 bad games away. You two pick games away from us putting you as cocky and the same shit we used to have you as in the past. You know what I'm saying? So front runner, hell yeah.
Okay, real quick before you go on QBR. There is human element involved in concocting it, into deciphering what your QBR is. It's just that there are guys in Bristol, Connecticut who are sitting down and trying to follow a formula. But
so it ain't
I'm
good right
telling
now.
you, there's Baker hate out there because his QBR astounds me week after week.
So now
I
we
look
talk
at
about
it
Baylor. We talk about Baker. Now QBR ain't that important no more.
No, they screw him in QBR.
Like we can make a clip.
Hey,
can we make a reel of QBR and how many times QBR come out, skip him out?
Okay, all right.
Like, but now it's not important no more when we talk about Baker.
He's still top 10.
Like, that's crazy.
Okay, I have said this
he is
publicly.
Top 10. He's not in front of Dak.
Okay,
he's not in front of John. He's not in front of
I understand.
Daniel Jones, and he's not in front of Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, Dak had a 90 yesterday, which was higher than Baker's. Dak failed on the last 2 series, bless you. I don't know how you could give him a 90 because he failed. They had the ball twice late in the game, and it went nowhere fast. They had a 1st and goal at the 8, and then they got the defense finally held, and they got the ball back, and they went backwards and wound up with a 4th and 16.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't love that, so I'm going to dock him a little bit in my QBR, and you're not going to have a 90 for
Because
the
he was
game.
100 before that.
Yeah, I was about to say, because they're not in that game if it's not for
Okay,
Dak
all right.
He was 100
That's
before
why.
that.
Okay, trust me on this. I've said it publicly many times. I'll get the clips for you. I've said it on television. I've said it on videos. People in Bristol hate Baker Mayfield. There's Baker hate everywhere. Deep down in your heart of hearts, you don't love the guy because you think he is what his GM called him. He's a 10 on the prick scale. You know,
That's not why I don't love him, though.
Okay.
I don't love him because what year is this for him?
He hasn't gone to the playoffs and won. That's why you don't love him.
That's it.
Well, he's won 2 big
I know,
playoff games.
Daniel
this
Jones
point-
won a big playoff game. I don't
Okay.
love him neither.
All right.
I'm just, I don't know.
Cody, is Baker running away with MVP? I need your opinion.
I'm down the middle. He's not
Okay.
running away. You can't run away with it in week 6. I agree.
Yeah.
You can't run away with it. There's still too much football left to be played. But there's no doubt right now that Baker Mayfield is the MVP of the NFL. Besides maybe Dak, you can make a case no one in the NFL means more to their football team, that is more valuable to their football team right now than Baker Mayfield is to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
You don't have Mike Evans. Chris Godwin's been in and out of the lineup. He tried to go a week ago. Didn't look good, so he's been out.
And that scares me. Something might be really wrong.
Yeah,
there.
and that
Like
was
he had a fibula injury.
I don't like that they rushed that back too. It feels like that could be something going forward.
Yeah.
But then you don't have Bucky Irving the last
No.
2 weeks, and now we don't. And you know, hamstrings, Egbuka, that could flare up on and off throughout the year. So you don't know what's going to happen. But with all that being said, and he's lost some offensive linemen early in the season.
He did.
With all that being said, they're still 5-1, and he's led 4 fourth-quarter comebacks. He is doing it regardless who's on the field. There are 2 types of quarterbacks in the NFL. There's 2 types of quarterbacks in the world. There's guys that are elevated because of the players around them and the scheme that they're in, and then there's guys like Baker Mayfield who elevate everyone else around them, and they make the guys around them better, and they play to a higher level because your quarterback is that guy. And right now, Baker Mayfield is him.
That guy.
He really is. He's 4th in passing yards. He's 3rd in passing touchdowns. He's 9th right now in QBR, and I know you have to take into account the situation they're in, and sometimes he has help around him. I get that, but still being top 10 in QBR and leading 4 fourth-quarter comebacks is good enough for me in the MVP. I don't care who's ahead of him right now. And I said Daniel Jones last week, talking about QBR, was important because I think he's the dark horse this year. But right now, I have Baker Mayfield at 1. I mean, just anytime you have a guy like that on the field, the intangibles are great when it comes to the physical side of things. He can make all the throws. I think this is the best he's ever looked with his pocket presence, too. The way that he's going through progression. And Gridiron, you got to give him credit. Their offensive coordinator, this is his first year, and they have just hit the ground running. They're playing well together, starting right, stepping up, finding Sterling Shepard over the middle, not afraid to push the ball down the field. He's just doing it all right now. But can he keep it up? That's the biggest question. And can he do it on the biggest stage when he gets to the playoffs?
That's the biggest
From
question.
what I've seen right now, though, Keeb, I think he can. Although there's not enough proof to say that he can. What do you always say, Skip? He's the most efficient quarterback in the playoffs in the history of ever, right?
On passer rating. He has the highest passer rating in 5 playoff games in the history of the playoffs.
And you want to see
Just don't have the best record.
you want to see it translate to wins.
Passer rate this time.
I get both of your points. I am saying right now, I think this is the year that he gets it done. I have the Lions winning the NFC, but I believe that Baker and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be right there.
Okay, you know what's going to happen?
Championship.
They're going to have 2 home games to get to the Super Bowl. That's the route there. That's the path they're on.
Right now they are.
They are.
You know
They're
who-
looking at 13-4, and they're going to have the 1 seed.
Hey, man.